Are you sure that everything in your life is just a coincidence? What if I told you that no meeting, no loss, no twist of fate happens for no reason? That even the most painful moments were not punishments, but points of awakening. It sounds bold, it disrupts conventional logic, but this is exactly where true freedom begins. Buddhist wisdom teaches, behind every event, there is a cause. There are no failures, only lessons. There are no coincidences, only a path. But to see this, you need to change your perspective. Mindfulness is not mysticism, but clarity. It's the skill of living not on autopilot, but with deep understanding. As soon as you start looking at life through this lens, fear and chaos disappear, replaced by energy and inner peace. If you're ready to understand why certain things happen to you, stay with us. We'll ask questions people don't usually ask, and uncover answers down to their very core. Support us with a like, subscribe to the channel, and write in the comments an affirmation that will become your point of strength today. For example, I trust life and learn from every moment. Many people think compassion is weakness. They say, if you're kind, people will take advantage of you. But in reality, true strength lies in a gentle heart. Mindfulness allows you to distinguish genuine kindness from naivety. When a person acts from inner peace, their energy is incomparable. It's not about letting others violate your boundaries, but about choosing your reaction with an understanding of cause and effect. When you see how suffering affects others, you no longer act impulsively, but choose the path of consciousness, not reaction. And in that choice lies your power. True kindness is not about always agreeing or saying yes. It's the ability to set boundaries without losing compassion. For example, if someone asks for help and you feel burned out, it's important not to refuse coldly, but to explain warmly. After all, self-compassion is also part of spiritual growth. We can't truly give to others if our own inner vessel is empty. Observing your thoughts helps you understand, where does the desire to help come from? From love or from fear of rejection? This is an important lesson. Compassion is the ability to see beyond a person's actions. To see pain behind aggression, and fear behind silence. Only then does real connection arise. And what about anger? This is an emotion we were taught to suppress since childhood. But anger is not an enemy, but a signal. It says, something inside you needs attention. Buddhist wisdom teaches us not to suppress anger, but to listen to it. After all, any emotion is energy, and it either destroys or transforms. Mindfulness helps you not merge with anger, but observe it, as if you're watching a movie in which you are not the actor, but the viewer. When you realize that irritation often hides pain or fear, you begin the path of inner liberation. An ancient teaching says, he who is angry suffers twice, first when experiencing the event, and second when losing control. But there is another way. The practice of mindful breathing brings you back to the present moment. One deep breath, and you're no longer in the eye of the storm, you're its observer. This simple exercise restores inner balance. Managing anger is not about control, but about understanding. Imagine anger as a child who is crying. If you ignore him, he screams louder. If you listen, he calms down. So it is with emotions, attention is the medicine, and acceptance is the path. Suppressed emotions and past pain often lead a person to live as if under ice. They act, communicate, work, but don't feel. Their heart is closed, and without the heart, the soul sleeps. Love, in the Buddhist sense, is not just a feeling, but a state of consciousness. And when the heart opens, you suddenly begin to see colors more vividly and feel more deeply. This is inner transformation. To open your heart doesn't mean to become vulnerable to pain. It means to allow yourself to be alive. Suffering doesn't come because we love, but because we are afraid to feel and desperately cling to people or outcomes. Attachment wounds, but acceptance heals. Sometimes the heart closes because of a single event. Hurt, loss, betrayal. And you decide, never again. But that's not protection, it's a prison. The practice is not to break down these walls by force, but to gently melt them, like ice, with the warmth of your presence and gratitude. One of the most powerful ways to open your heart is to be grateful, especially when it's hard. At the end of a tough day, find 3 moments you can say thank you for. This doesn't erase the pain, but gives it shape and meaning. With each such moment, the ice melts, the heart warms, and the soul comes alive. When you begin to live with an open heart, you deeply sense that everything in this world is connected. The suffering of one affects all, and the joy of one brightens the space. This isn't poetry, it's energy. When you throw a stone into water, the ripples spread. In the same way, the waves from your actions, words, and even thoughts spread. You are part of the world, and the world is part of you. And science increasingly confirms this ancient wisdom. Studies show that people who regularly perform acts of kindness have lower levels of the stress hormone cortisol, stronger immunity, and even longer lifespans. Why? Because kindness activates the brain's pleasure centers and the production of oxytocin, the hug hormone. The energy of love literally heals the body. That's why your smile to a stranger or a sincere thank you to a cashier is not just politeness. It's a contribution to the common field of energy. It's a chain, karma in action, where every link matters. So now you have not just a set of knowledge, but a map leading inward, to yourself, to meaning, and to freedom. But knowledge without action is just an idea. Real change is transformation through practice. Ask yourself, what can I apply from this today? Where will my path begin? Maybe with one mindful breath before a difficult conversation. Or with a kind word to someone who doesn't expect it. You don't have to turn your life upside down in one day. But you can take one small step. And that step will already be a victory over automatism and chaos in your mind. The main thing is, don't walk this path alone. Subscribe to our channel to keep deepening your understanding of yourself. And write in the comments what your first step will be on the path to a more mindful life. Your words could become inspiration for someone else.